Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Marco Silva and Marcel Brands have both been talking today with lots of speculation going on about Marco Silva's future at the club. Marcel Brands first spoke to EvertonFC.com saying that the club is united and determined to improve. He said there is a need to improve. The staff and players are both determined to do that. So seeming to put a united front on today. He didn't really mention Marco Silva's job. He just said that everyone was determined and together to improve Everton, to get us up the table, and it was a long-term plan, which is quite interesting. We'll have to wait and see in the next couple of weeks to see how that plays out. He obviously also revealed that Richarlison has agreed to sign a new contract. I don't think he's quite signed that contract, but he's agreed to sign a contract apparently until 2024. Just trying to get a bit of good news out there, I think. Just trying to show that we are going forward as a club, even though there's a little bit of turmoil on the pitch at the moment. And I think that is important. That is important from someone above Marco Silva to say that we're going in the right direction. It's not the dreaded vote of confidence or anything like that, but I do think it's important that someone at the club is taking the noise maybe away from Marco Silva. Certainly for this weekend, when we know he's in charge of the Leicester game, there's a lot of speculation. Listen, the best thing that probably happened today is Emery getting sacked at Arsenal. It's kept journalists from maybe looking too much at the situation at the moment. We know he's going to be in charge, as I said, on Sunday, and it was a good idea, I think, for the club to put forward Marcel Brands to give us something else to talk about, give the press something else to talk about, and Richarlison signing a new contract certainly does that. It makes it seem like the club is running the right way and we're going in the right direction, and it's not all a shambles and it's not all over the place, and it's almost like grabbing the control back and a bit of power back, and Marcel Brands has done that today. I think he should do that more regularly. In fact, I think he should do that once a month, get interviewed by Everton's website and put it on YouTube or whatever, and fill that void that sometimes gets filled by social media and me media outlets, things like that. So that's good, I think, from the club. We'll have to wait and see, as I said, to see where it all goes, but an interesting interview with Marcel Brands. As I said, Marco Silva also spoke in his press conference. He said it had been tough. He said he'd had conversations on Saturday and Monday regarding the situation. And on the fans' reaction, obviously the boos and singing "you're getting sacked in the morning," he said he needs to understand why. From his point of view, that happened. What he has to do to do better. But he said he's just going along. He doesn't listen to outside forces, and he's just getting on with his job. It doesn't keep him awake at night. He's just trying to go along with his job, and it must have been difficult for him today, sitting there fielding some of those questions. I don't think the questions were as hard on him as they could have been, or maybe they should have been. And maybe, as I said, the Emery stuff had taken away from that. But he dealt with it quite well, to be honest, and battered a lot of it away. And there's a lot of other stuff going on. He was asked about the injury situation for the weekend. And I think the injuries probably led people to feel a little bit sorry for him. He revealed Morgan Schneiderlin's out. He revealed Seamus Coleman's out for a month. Delph and Walcott very doubtful for the game as well. So in terms of midfield, the midfield is absolutely decimated for the trip to the King Power Stadium on Sunday. He did say Bernard is fit and had taken part in full training, so he should be back one way or another. And obviously spoke about how delighted he was that Richarlison is set to sign a contract as well. So I think a lot of people thought today was going to be a bit of a watermark day in terms of Marco Silva. The first time he'd spoken in public since the defeat to Norwich. But him and Marcel Brands give very, very little away about his future, and just basically went on like business was going on as normal. And I suppose that's got to be the way it is until Everton decide what they're going to do. I don't think it was the worst decision in the world to keep him in charge if they haven't got somebody else lined up. So, we'll have to just see what happens. But, if we lose these 2 games, his record for the beginning of the season will be absolutely awful. It would be 9 defeats then, wouldn't it? So, he was asked what he thought about Jamie Carragher's comments about Everton being in a relegation battle, and he said, if we'd beaten Norwich, would we be in a relegation battle? He said, it's just like that game, So, but we did get beat. So, when you look at the table and you look at the fixtures we've coming up, very, very difficult. So, we'll have to wait and see. It's gonna be an interesting week. Next week's gonna be very, very interesting. Who knows? He may save his job with a couple of good results. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But there you go. Make sure you check out that Marcel Brands interview. Check out the press conference as well. Good news that Richarlison is set to sign a contract. If you haven't already subscribed, please do click the bell for alerts when you want to be notified that there's a video. And if you want more videos, join us over on Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. See you later.